Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. Whole family caught husband sleeping with my sister and we did this. I just wanted to give an update since I finally got to sit down with a lawyer and go over everything and things just aren't fucking good and I need to vent again. I'm sorry if this is long, I just feel like my friends don't get it. They're mostly single and unmarried / no long-term relationships. I ended up contacting my mother early Saturday morning and asked to meet up with her and my dad while my sister was still at a friend's house. The conversation went as expected, gut-wrenching. It killed me to have to tell them that the man I married, made the father of my children and brought into our family had sex with their teenager. My mom's reaction was just pure shock, my dad was just disgust. We all agreed that they would confront my sister, Jay, just the two of them. They did talk to her about it when she got home, and confirmed that yes, they had sex. Jay said that my husband, A for asshole, had initiated the relationship between them. She says that she is in love with him. My parents confiscated her phone. At my request, I was planning on confronting my husband that afternoon and didn't want him contacting her before they talked to her about it. That night my dad was able to send me pictures of some of their more damning conversation. He relayed the rest to me. A had apparently been sharing incredibly personal and beyond inappropriate details about our marriage. He would vent to her during our arguments and constantly trash me to her. They used an app, pretty sure it's called whatsip, to hide their texts, and my husband would always tell her that I treated him like garbage, that I forced this pregnancy on him, and that he'd much rather be with her but he had to wait a couple years until he had his financials figured out. So he was essentially telling her that I was a shrew and he wanted to be with her. She was excited to be a stepmom to our kids. A 16-year-old. Their aunt. My mind is still blown and my stomach is still reeling. I confronted my husband Saturday afternoon after I decided to leave the hotel. I lied and told him that my sister had come to me with the information and that I knew that they had been having sex in our house. At first he denied it. He claimed that she is 16 and teenagers lie and it was probably her way of acting out of fantasy because come on, we both know she's been into me. It wasn't until I started questioning certain details I had and asking some more probing and direct questions that he started to crack. At first it was just one time after she had approached him. Next it was 2 or 3 times and it was mutual, and finally it was a couple times a week since New Year's, but never in our bed. I'm going to just be honest and admit I didn't keep my composure at all. I yelled and cried more than I ever have. I even threw a shoe at him. He pulled out his phone and started recording me, so I pulled myself together a bit and do not condone my actions whatsoever. I told him he needed to pack his shit and leave while we figured out further logistics. He refused, as suspected, and told me I could get out if I wanted to. I took my son with me to a friend's house while this pig gets to sleep in the bed that I bought and the sheets that I washed for us. Met with a lawyer today for about 2 hours and went over everything I knew and had documented. I was again advised against leaving my home, but I couldn't stay there with him. There is no chargeable crime that's been committed on his end from what they admitted to and what's in their texts, so no one is filing charges. I'm on a futon in a 1-bedroom apartment that my godsend of a friend is so graciously letting us crash in, and he has everything we built together. He deserves none of it. I feel so helpless right now. I woke up this morning to find out that he removed half of all the money in every bank account we have, and took my fucking car. I texted him to ask where the car was. He told me he's selling it and giving me half the value so I can buy my own car since I want to be an ungrateful bee. It was in his name, so legally I don't have a leg to stand on, and the lawyer says if he gives me half the value then he likely won't face any repercussions from a judge civilly, but this is such bullshit and I feel like I just woke up in some twilight zone where my husband has been replaced with some sociopathic robot of a man. Where did the guy I married go? I spent 7 years with this man. He stood by me while I was broke, near homeless with a baby. He always made me feel so loved and safe, and now I feel like there's something wrong with me. There had to be something wrong with me. How the fuck do you marry someone and just have no idea what horrendous things they're capable of? I handed this man legal claim over my son on a silver platter. I wanted so desperately for us to be a complete and loving family, and he just destroyed us because he had some sick perversion. I mean, my God, my own sister? She's 16. At the very least, he couldn't have found another 16-year-old? Not that it's much better, but at least it wouldn't have also destroyed my ducking parents. I feel like I just need to scream all this shit to the world, but I can't. Lawyer's orders. And if I'm being fully honest, I'm disgusted with my sister right now. After reading the messages between them, I feel like I hate her. I know that she's just a kid, and that he very obviously manipulated her, but the feelings are still there. They're irrational, but powerful. I refuse to contact her right now because I know that it's not her fault, but I can't look at her face because all I can picture is her with my husband. All the intimate moments we've shared over the years, I can't help but think that they must have done the same things, and I want to vomit. I really hate my life right now, and I don't know what to do. I can't stay with this friend forever, but I can't imagine living in the same house as him. I'd sleep in my car, but I don't have one anymore. Hell, if I wasn't pregnant with his kid and have my son, I'd probably just hitchhike my way west and never look back. But I can't, because I have someone who depends on me. I feel like crumpling up into a ball. I have decided to file for divorce officially, and have paid this lawyer to help me with the filing process to get things moving. I'm absolutely dreading going to court with him. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Whole family caught husband sleeping with my sister, and we did this.